Hi, everybody. I come to you this morning here in America with a thought God has given me. I had a totally different message I felt God had given me to share this morning in my Bible time. But as I was preparing to come here, He said, do what you can. Give that message. And so I'm giving the message today for all of us to do what we can today. I was thinking of an old song. I loved this song when I was a girl. If I had but one day just to work and to pray, I would idle no moments away, but an offering sweet I would lay at Jesus' feet if I had but one more day. And then we used to sing another part of the song, oh, may we sow righteous seed for the reaping, which is coming to everyone. Oh, the joy on that day when we hear Jesus say, come ye blessed, a crown you have won. There is all something we all can do. I was reminded of Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So I'm encouraging you today, ask God to show you what you can do today. Today is the day of salvation. Today is the day to reach out your hand. Today is the day to show someone that you care. Okay, so I'm an outgoing person. I've had people say to me since I've been doing this video, oh, you're a great one for it. Well, I love people. It's easy for me to talk to people, especially if you ask me about my children in Africa. I can keep going and going. If you come to my house and I show you the pictures on my wall, I have a story to tell about each one of these that I love. But not all of you are that way. I spoke to a lady last night. She says, I'm very timid. Well, God made us all different, but sometimes we need to come out of who we are. We need to come out of that shell. We need to share. So I'm here to encourage you to do that today. Think about it. Ask God, show me, God, what can I do today? You can write out a card for somebody. My mom is good at that. She sits down at the table and she'll write card after card. That's her ministry. She has a ministry to the widow since she lost my father. She knows what it's like. So she'll write down the days, the date that someone lost their loved one, and she tries to send a card to them that following year. It's a good thing to keep in mind that not everybody can do the same thing, but we all can do something. Smile, say a word of encouragement. Become a mentor. I love mentoring. You get so much out of it. Yes, I share, I use my time, but it's wonderful. That's what God has led me to do. And I learned so much. I had one of my teachers sent me pictures today of their children and the gifts that they had brought to the teacher, and they had very little. And so I asked him, what is that fruit? And he told me that it was what they call fruit cherries, a fruit apple, or a couple of the guys was telling me as I shared the pictures. And so I started looking about it. No, it doesn't look like our apples here. It doesn't look like our cherries, but it took me on a journey of learning, and I love learning. So I was so excited to learn something new thanks to that teacher who shared with me his gift. It was a gift to me, the gift of the pictures, the gift of knowledge. So no matter how much we think we have a lot more in our storehouse if we ask God to give it to us. Take a meal to somebody. Send someone a text. I have a young man that sends me encouraging messages or happy thoughts, pictures, all the time. And it's a blessing to me, and I share them with others. Wave. I remember a story that Nona Freeman told. She was a missionary, and she told a story about a time in her life when she was in the morning, she was doing something, and God told her to go out and wave. And she thought, well, that's a little strange, but she went outside and she went on her porch, and a man drove by in a truck and she just waved at him, and she went back in the house and finished her work. Later, she found out how much that wave meant to somebody. That man was going to commit suicide. He was very down. He was very depressed. But when he saw Sister Freeman and he saw her wave, It gave him new courage, new inspiration, whatever he needed to go on. So your wave can mean a lot. Your smile can mean a lot. Okay. I remember when I was working when my daughter was young, and we lived in an apartment complex, and there was a lady named Hazel, and she was handicapped. She was in a wheelchair. But I remember coming home from work, and she'd come up in her wheel cart that she had, and she would have a pot of stew. And that stew did not come easy for her. She had to get around her kitchen, and it was very difficult for her to get around and move her arms and all kinds of stuff. But she brought me that pot of stew, and it meant so much to me. I was tired from a day's work, and I needed that. And so her love, she did what she could, and she did that many times for me over the years, things that I needed. And she's passed on now, but the memories that she gave me were wonderful. Post a track on social media. Share about Jesus. Share your testimony. If a book has helped you, share that with somebody and let others know that you were benefited by it, because it most likely will benefit them also. Give them a devotional. One of the YouTube devotionals I'm doing, or one of the YouTube devotionals Brother Gurley's doing, or somebody else is doing something, share that. It can lift their day. It can encourage them. Let them know that you care about them. Everybody has a different way of doing things, but my neighbor next door is great about that. All of a sudden, she'll just show up with some flowers, and she'll say, I lost my grandma, and I'm doing this in honor of my grandma, in her memory, and so it brightened our day. So pray and ask God to show you, what can I do? We can all do something. So have a good day, everybody. And don't forget to share your love with someone today.